All right, guys, today we're going to talk about the dead bug ab exercise, and there's like a subtle difference on ways you can do it to make it from kind of to really, really good, all right? So one of the most common bits of advice for the dead bug is they tell, you're on your back, and I'll show you in a second, but they tell you to suck your belly button to your spine. Now watch this. So here, do this for me. So if I brace my stomach, if I just flex it like I'm about to get punched, it's really hard, right? Like it's flexed, it's tight. If I suck my belly button to my spine, those muscles completely shut off. Like they're absolutely soft, and this is really uncomfortable. So if you suck your belly button in, you turn these off. The muscles just shut off. You don't want to do that. The other thing that happens is you should have a nice lumbar curve in your spine, okay? Kind of like if you have, look at the curve in your neck. So you have a backwards curve in your neck, a lordotic curve. And everybody knows if you go like this, that's bad. It's like, why is that bad? Because it's compressing the disc in your cervical spine and creating laxity back here, and then you get upper neck and upper back issues, okay? So the same thing with your low back. You want to maintain this curve, and you don't want to be flexing. Like if I suck my belly button in and push my spine to the ground like this is what I'm doing. So I'm compressing the disc under load, plus I'm creating laxity in the back of the interspinous ligaments and things like that. It's just it's just not a wise thing to do, and I don't know where this advice comes from, but it keeps getting regurgitated, passed down people to people. So instead of sucking your belly button in and pushing your spine back, you should just brace. So right now I'm flexing my stomach, I'm maintaining this curve, and this is all really hard. So a really good alternative or a way to do the dead bug is you're on the ground, and instead of, this kind of thing, but instead of pressing your spine to the ground and sucking and even that that hurts. It doesn't feel good. It's better to brace your low back. So you support the lumbar curve, right? And instead of sucking your belly button in, you just flex it. So it's hard, right? So one of my favorite exercises for this, to strengthen these muscles, it's called the modified curl. So what you can do is you can have one leg bent and one leg straight out, and then just lift your shoulder blades off the ground. Don't tuck your chin, right? Because tucking your chin is the same as pushing your spine to the ground, right? You're compressing the discs. So you lift your leg up a little bit, lift your shoulder blades up a little bit, and flex as hard as you can, all right? If you want to make it easier, you got your arm right here. If you want to make it a little harder, put your arm up here. And if you want to make it even harder, what you can try and do is draw little squares with your leg or your hand, or your leg and hand at the same time, and this is freaking hard, but see me shaking, my abs are working so well. Whew, 10 seconds is plenty, 8 to 10 seconds, then boom, hit it again. 8, 10 seconds, right? And you can switch it up, switch your hands, do whatever to make it a little bit harder. You can go both out like this. So what I like to do is like 8 to 10 second holds times 6. And then you take a nice break, and then maybe 8 to 10 second holds times 4. But here's the thing, you never, ever want to push your spine to the ground and suck your belly button in, right? If I do that when I'm standing, again, so right here, I'm braced, I'm strong, right? This is supported, it's a healthy spine. This is just not a good idea. It'd be like telling you to do this. I mean, if you're doing a push-up, you keep your head neutral because you don't want to do this. Or if you're on an airplane seat, you're sitting in an airplane seat, and they're like, sucks your back in and pushes your head forward, and they just feel terrible. But a good seat has a support that keeps your lumbar curve and keeps you upright, and that just feels so good, right? So that's what we want to train. So for any exercise ever, brace, don't suck in. Another, just really quick, a really horrible piece of advice is, for some reason it's common in certain exercises where they tell you to curl up and press every segment against the ground. So you're just compressing your discs repeatedly. You know what I mean? One thing that happens with low backs is it's never one thing that causes injury. It's usually a progression of little things, and then over time there's the final straw and something just gives, all right? So a lot of times, it's like I just picked up my toothbrush, I just did a deadlift, when you're doing a whole bunch of moves that compress your disc and a little bit of damage, eventually something just goes. So you have to avoid those exercises, right? So I hope that helps somebody out there. Whenever ab exercise you're doing, or even just brace, don't suck in, don't push your low back out. If you want to improve the mobility in your low back, which is fine, you want to do it when it's not under load. So a really good one is just the cat camel. So you do your strengthening, bracing stuff, and then improve motion in your spine, right? You just sink in, fold up, sink in, right? The cat camel's really good for mobility for your low back because there's no load there, there's no compression. All right, hope that helps somebody out there. It's really good advice. And again, I always say this, even with my own videos, I can nitpick myself to death, right? But I'm just trying to keep this short with some good nuggets of information for you.